edition of Bite Mark Masters. My name is Lewis Johnson. I'm so glad you joined us. Hey, if you get a chance, I'd like you to go ahead and share us on Facebook and like us with friends. I'm trying to get as many people to go ahead and like us as much as possible, so you can do your part by sharing with us. Hey, today I got a great guest with me. I got my brother, Calvin. Hey, glad you joined us, man.
You know what's up. You know what's up.
So today, we've been cooking for quite some time. And what are you going to be cooking for us today?
Man, right now I got some fried chicken, man. I use your traditional seasoning. When it comes to seasoning, I like to use onion powder, garlic powder, some lemon pepper sometimes. You know, I try not to get too crazy because you can make chicken over salted.
Right.
So when you're frying chicken, be careful. It is, you know, it gets pretty dangerous sometimes. And so some of the things I like to do is check the grease. I'll use a spoon handle to see if the grease is warm enough. And right now that looks like it's okay. And
so what we have the grease at right now is about a little bit above medium-high, folks, so that you know. That way it's not too hot, and we can always adjust it as it goes in. If it's too hot, we can turn it down so that it doesn't overcook. Or if we need it to, you know, get a little bit hotter, we can definitely turn it up. So,
yep, that's what's up.
So do you put some seasoning in the flour then, or do you leave that bare, or how do you do that? What do you do?
It's up to you. I find that when I put seasoning in the flour, it kind of burns the outside of the chicken.
Okay.
So the seasoning will burn in the flour. So I like to just season the chicken straight on.
Okay.
And then, you know, give it a nice right from the bowl right into the flour.
So how long you marinate the chicken then?
It depends. Sometimes I go in there and I'm hungry for chicken right now.
Right.
So I season the chicken, I throw it in flour, and then I fry it. But sometimes I do, you know, like to get special, and I'll do a 24-hour marinade and or some type of brine. And then, you know, then do the same thing we talked about before, which is season the chicken, flour it, and then get it in the pan.
Okay, let's go ahead.
All right.
Now, I noticed you happen to have some popcorn seeds over there as well. What do you do with that?
Well, this is an old trick, you know, a good friend taught me.
Okay.
And that's where you just, you know, you can throw a popcorn seed in, and if that thing starts bubbling like it is right there, then your oil's ready to go.
Okay.
You know?
So we got some ready oil. And so in this show, we're actually going to do chicken and collard greens and, of course, waffles.
Man.
So chicken, waffles, and collard greens. And I noticed that my pot was hot. I don't know if you caught that. So I'm going to go ahead and add these collard greens in here now. I got this on low because I want all this to be done at the same time as usual.
Now, what do you get in there? What do you get in them greens?
Right now, that's just collard greens from right out of the frozen pack, you know. And I'm going to add, of course, my flavors to the mix. So this is minced onions, a little basil, and that's about it. So go ahead and show us what you do next.
I like to use tongs sometimes. Sometimes I go barehanded, but I'm going to just put the chicken and get the chicken right there in the flour. And so how long do you cook these greens for, man?
Man, I let it get steamed. I steam cook them for the most part and go from there. It normally doesn't take but 5 or 10 minutes.
Right.
So, you know, by the time that the chicken is just about done, those should be ready. I actually had the pot on low. I went ahead and turned it up to medium now so that we can get the, you know, it to match and everything be plated about the same time.
That's what's up.
You want to go ahead and get that chicken in? We'll go ahead and start these waffles.
All right, so I'm going to take these tongs here, and I'm not just going to splash the chicken into the pan. I'm just going to pretty much kind of swirl it down there nice and easy to make sure it doesn't splatter all over. And wow, look at that, man.
Yeah, it's ready.
Another thing, we don't want to overfill our pot with chicken, but this seems like we just got just the right amount of space in the pan, so that's good too.
You know, that's a good thing to talk about too. You know, I used to always have a frying pan that was full, get a big frying pan and then wind up putting a lot in there, and what it does is it actually turns down the temperature of the grease, and it takes it a lot longer to cook. So you want to make sure that there's even space of chicken between the chicken and the oil so that it cooks all the way through.
That's right.
So, yeah.
I found that to be true too. And also, you never want to put a frozen piece of chicken into hot oil. I think we all know what could happen if you make that
water
mistake.
And grease, they don't mix.
They don't mix, baby. And get that chicken in there like so. It's smelling good already, man.
Yes, it is. I love me some chicken. Now, waffles aren't going to take that long to cook. And it'll take about 2 or 3 minutes. And so what I went ahead and did was spray the waffle maker so that it doesn't stick.
Right.
And then because of the simple fact that we don't need the waffles to be hot for this dish, we really want our chicken and our collard greens to be hot. It doesn't matter when you start the waffles. You can start it now or later, you know, because we're going to sit the chicken right on top of the waffles. Oh. And hit it with a little maple syrup. Boy.
Oh, you got that maple over there, man?
Yeah, I got a little maple syrup in there. I like my waffles to be fluffy. Part B of this is you never want to fill your waffle maker all the way up, because once you put this down, it starts to compress and it expands the batter that you have in there. So you just want to put it just enough. Flip and wait for it to tell you it's ready.
So I'm turning this chicken, man. I don't want to burn one side. So I got to keep it spinning. This is high heat right now.
Yeah, and I'm turning it down about a 7, so about between medium and medium high.
Perfect, perfect.
So we got that. And you want to go ahead and check my collard greens for me?
Let's see what's popping.
Give them a nice stir. So the difference between what I put in there earlier and what it is now, you can see the darker green formation.
Yeah.
So you can start to see that it's already getting ready. You can smell the different ingredients that I done put in there. Now, I wouldn't be me, folks. Sorry, I wouldn't be me if I didn't put a little spice to it.
Do the dang thing, man. Do the dang thing.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't add a little heat to this little mixture here. All right. I love a good spicy collard greens.
So should we open that in the middle of cooking, or do we just let that thing go?
Just let it do its thing. It's already telling me it's ready. I like to do about a minute after it says ready, about 30 seconds to a minute.
Sure.
After it's ready.
Man, let's take a look at this, bro.
Oh my goodness, dude. That's got me hungry, boy.
I'm telling you what, man, this is some real deal Holyfield right there.
So how long do you think it's going to take before they're ready?
Man, you know, at this point, you got a good coating to it already. It's got a really good color. Now I just kind of want to make sure that it's really, you know, that it's really done.
Done on the inside.
You don't want undercooked chicken.
No, sir.
People get sick that way. So I'm going to give this about, you know, between 3 to 5 minutes more. And it just to make sure, you know, it's right where we want it to be.
Okay.
And it's okay. A good tip too when you're cooking chicken is when it starts floating, you know it's pretty much done.
Okay.
And so these pieces, you can see some pieces are already floating. You know, now we just want to make sure we get the perfect color on there. So that's it.
And there we have it. We got our first waffle. We're going to pop that off. Look how beautiful that is.
Wow, bro.
I'm going to set that off to the side. And I'll go ahead and get the second one started. Now that I've already had it oiled and greased, I'm not going to grease it again. I'm just going to go ahead and add the second mixture in there.
And like you said, I should never overfill it.
Never overfill it.
Yeah, these are just about done here. We got some floaters. But man, no matter what, it's going to be good, bro.
Put that lid on the collard.
So here we are, man.
We are. We have to getting close to the conclusion, huh?
I tell you what, boy.
Oh, boy.
This is where you want it, right here.
Yes, sir.
So we done put it in the frying pan. It's only been about, what, 7 to 10 minutes?
Yeah, roughly about that, yeah.
Medium-high heat. The chicken's done. It's floating, as you can see. And
got a nice color to it.
Wow, baby.
Yeah, I can't wait to dig in.
And I'm going to sit this in here just to get any excess oil out. I'm going to put it right down in this bowl.
So what's next, man?
I'll tell you what, man.
Do you really want to tell our secret? Do you really want to share our secret?
We have to, man. We got to give them a little something, something.
All right, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it, man.
Well, you know, I learned this from a big bro right here.
I'm hurting.
But we're going to have to let it go. We're going to have to let it go. Man, at the end, you can always use just a little bit of lemon squeeze here, and just touch it. Touch it with the lemon squeeze. Don't be scared. Flip a little.
You can actually.
You can hear that? It might be hard to hear, but I mean, you can hear it.
You can hear the lemon still being cooked onto the chicken.
Word up.
And then we hit them with some of that aftermath seasoning.
This is that deal right here. One of those things, you know, you can, you know, it's not hard. It's not hard at all to come up with your own seasoning blend. Just kind of mix in the seasonings that you like, that you always use, and put it all in
together
in one container.
So, One of the other things I wanted to talk about was the name of the show. You're the one that actually came up with the name of the show. What is the name behind the reason behind Bite Mark Masters?
Well, the reason behind Bite Mark Masters is, when you're barbecuing and when you're cooking, some people think every time you cook meat, it has to fall off the bone. And I find that to be very incorrect. When you cook ribs, when you bite into that bone, there should be a bite mark.
Like that?
Wow, it's delicious.
Well, there you have it, folks. And until next time, thank you for joining Bite Mark Masters.